Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a monster analysis on Zameleon. Zameleon is Grumpy's younger brother. He's really cool and laid back most of the time, but when it's time to fight alongside his brother and the rest of the Zameleons, Zameleon support skills are indispensable. And so here we have the newest and latest Earth legendary monster and potentially a new type of monsters. There might be future Zameleons out there, so that'll be fun to see. And he is a very good support monster, particularly with his brother and pretty much any light monster, and we'll get into that. First, let's jump into the stats. First of all, his power, it's nothing too impressive in the Earth category. It's on the lower end. As for his life, same thing, 33,779. For Earth monsters that tend to be tanky, this is on the low end. What's amazing about this monster is his speed, 3531. This is one of the faster speeds in the Earth category and in the overall game too. In the Earth category, this makes him the second fastest monster, second only to Itsunami, who has a speed of 3586. So super fast monster. And anyhow, the reason I said this monster is a great monster to pair up with light monsters is because of his trait. First of all, he has Harden, which gives him a 20% chance to not get hit with negative effects. And then he also has a status caster light weakness, which makes the enemy weak to light attacks, or makes your light attacks 50% stronger. So this is amazing, right? You put this monster in your team, and then if you have light based attacks, well, the enemy's going to be taking a punch from those light based attacks. So that's pretty awesome, just by putting him in your team that you get that inherent advantage. As for his relics, this monster has the Mask Relic and the Essence Relic. And as for the Essence Relic, well, this is a lot of healing, this is a lot of support based relics. As you can see when reading through all of these relics, they all increase the monster's HP or max HP. When your HP drops below 50% or maybe one of your allies' life drops below 50%, if you happen to have Uriel's Essence, this will even revive your monster with a certain amount of life. So obviously this is a really great support relic. And then for the mask, well, you have access to a whole different amount of things. You can give your whole team armor, you can drain enemy stamina, whereas that exhausting mask, you can recover your own life, making the monster harder to kill. You can deal some damage, you can recover stamina. So you definitely have a lot to choose from. But anyhow, going back to this monster, let's take a look at his ultimate, because this is probably by far one of the better ultimates in the whole entire game. Teamwork from Outer Space. Removes all negative effects from all allies. Alright, all debuffs are cleared. Gives 1 extra turn, 100% of stamina, and applies damage boost to our allies. So your whole entire team gets all of their stamina back, they get all of their negative effects removed, they get a 50% damage boost, and everyone gets an entire extra turn. That is pretty amazing. This is a game-changing ult. If you were about to lose and you get this ultimate, chances are if you're not facing anticipation monsters, you're probably gonna end up winning the battle. Come on, all of your stamina, a damage boost, and you clear negative effects. If your allies were possessed, the possession's gone. If they were blind, the blind's gone. If they had a torture effect, it's gone. This is a crazy ultimate, a great ultimate. Definitely on the supportive side and one of the best in my opinion. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this ultimate? Is it too powerful? I know there's other monsters that have ultimates like this. I think Metalisha comes to mind. She can also give everyone an extra turn. Although I don't believe she recovers stamina, removes negative effects, and applies a damage boost. This is insane. Anyhow, moving on over to skills group 1, we have Light of a Distant Star, spammable 30 damage earth-based sunburn, not bad actually. Oh, look at this one, Transplantation. This heals all of your allies by 30% on a 1-turn cooldown. Crowd Chamber, this one gives 30% of stamina to one ally and requires, no, it doesn't require a cooldown. It says it's spammable here. But anyhow, there we have skills group 1. Let's move on over to skills group 2. In skills group 2, we have Hit and Run Tactics. Deals moderate earth damage and applies area dodge to itself. This could be really useful. Dodge area makes it so any AoE effect, any AoE damage effect, any AoE, let me rephrase this, any AoE skill, whether it be damage or an AoE effect, you completely block it. It doesn't even touch you. So that's awesome. It helps you stay alive. Blinding Supernova, this applies sunburn to all enemies. That's awesome. An AoE sunburn, and it actually only single targets one enemy monster in terms of damage. So it has a 95% accuracy. That's awesome. Sunburn, if you don't know, that'll reduce enemy accuracy by 15% and their HP by 15% for 3 turns. Organ Donation, this one deals low special damage and applies double healing to itself. So all of your healing skills will be twice as effective. If you're supposed to heal 25%, you'll actually heal 50%. If you're supposed to heal 50%, it'll actually be 100%. It only costs 25 stamina, it's on a 1-turn cooldown, and again, it's special base damage, 25 of it. Alright, from skill group 2, I really like Hit and Run Tactics and Blinding Supernova, and especially Blinding Supernova. So let's see what we have in skills group 3. In skills group 3, we have Nano Surgery. Whoa, gives 50% of stamina to our allies and heals our allies by 50%. This is a great supporting skill. 50% stamina and life back on a 2-turn cooldown. That's not even that much. Restoration Chamber deactivates all cooldowns on all allies, including yourself. That's awesome. Applies a damage boost to our allies. Another great skill. Especially, yeah, this is great. This monster can do healing and stamina recovery. This monster can also do cooldown activation recovery and apply a damage boost on top of that. And then Grumpy's Charge. This skill gives 1 extra turn to one ally and applies double damage to itself. Okay, that's interesting. So you turn transfer to one of your allies, but you give yourself double damage. That's still cool. It's a turn transfer. In particular, it's a turn transfer for a monster that's incredibly fast. 3-5-3-1. Which means you can run this monster one of 2 ways. You can give this monster 3 speed runes to have... Is this the first Earth turn transfer monster we have? I think it might be. We have a super fast Earth turn transfer monster. Even though it's just a basic turn transfer, that could change the game, right? Depending who you turn transfer into. Maybe you turn transfer into a Voltic or a Charmless, in which case they're free to attack the monster endlessly, the enemy team endlessly. And yeah, that's all. As long as they have a turn in, like, they're free to dominate the game. Maybe you turn transfer into your Deny monster who's slower, because Zameleon again has a super fast base speed, one of the fastest in the games. So you can just turn transfer into your Deny monster and then you deny the enemy. Or you turn transfer into your Light monster and you capitalize on your Status Caster Light weakness, and your Light monster does the strong base, light based AoE. So because of Grumpy's Charge alone, he can be a turn transfer monster. And the great thing about this monster is that he isn't just used for the turn transfer, he's also there to restore life and stamina. He's also there to restore cooldowns to give a damage boost. He can give everyone sunburn. He can also do the dodge area on himself. So if the enemy monster that happens to be alive is a monster that can do AoE possession, you can protect yourself from that AoE possession with hit and run tactics. So that's awesome. I like this monster a lot. And so the second way to use this monster is to make him a team speed holder. Give him 3 team speed, have him go at the very end after your attacker and your Deny monster, and then you can just do whatever is best for your team. Let's say your allies took damage, you could do nano surgery to recover everyone's HP and stamina. Let's say your Deny monster used its main Deny skill, and your attacker used his main attack skill, whether it be a single target strong attack that has like a 3-turn cooldown, or maybe an AoE strong attack that has a 2-turn cooldown. You can restore that, so on the next turn they can use those skills again. Or let's say you're not finished with your attacker. Let's say your attacker instead did a self skill, maybe a self double damage skill. Well, you can do Grumpy's Charge to turn transfer into your attacker, so your attacker can attack the enemy. So you have a lot to choose from. Or maybe the enemies are about to die, so maybe you just do a blinding supernova and hit everyone with sunburn, and then when it's their turn, the sunburn takes them out. So whether you run this monster 3 team speed or 3 speed to turn transfer, you have a really good monster. So right now, I think the best skill set would probably be all of Skills Group 3 and Blinding Supernova, and then you can swap in hit and run tactics if you feel like you may need it, because you might not really need it, considering you have the AoE Sunburn to choose from, the stamina and HP heal by 50%, and the turn transfer. And also with Grumpy's Charge, you can also partner this up. If a monster has a self skill mirror, let's say, for example, his brother Grumpy's can attack the enemy and give himself skill mirror. While with Grumpy's Charge, once Grumpy's activates that skill mirror and Zameleon goes after him, once Zameleon does the turn transfer into Grumpy's will reflect Grumpy's Charge back to your Zameleon, so both your Zameleon and Grumpy's will end up with double damage and an extra turn. So you can synergize with skill mirror, like definitely. So again, whether you want to run 3 speed or 3 team speed, he's a pretty great monster. Overall, I gotta say, I really ended up liking Zameleon and I really ended up liking Grumpy's. So now I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this monster. What do you guys think about Zameleon, especially as an Earth monster, especially as a super fast Earth monster with a turn transfer skill? And if you had this monster, how would you run him? Would you run him with 3 team speed to supplement your Deny monster and your attacker? Or would you run him with 3 speed just to turn transfer immediately and then just get the game going? I'm curious to know what you guys have to think. Let me know what skill set you would run. Let me know what relics you would run. Whatever other thoughts you may have about this monster, whatever other synergy you can think about, let me know in the comments below. I really look forward to reading your guys' comments, and with that being said, I will see you all next time.